Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you some new add-ons I got in what's now the Gravely Shop. What formerly was the Chainsaw Shop is now the Gravely Shop. I got the 65 L8, the Commercial 12 in here. I got Dad's 5665 12 horse that had the Mountaineer deck that I just recently sold last weekend. There I've got the 64 L8 project. I gotta buy new rings so I can go and rebuild the 7.6 and throw on it. Then I can end up rebuilding the original 6.6 that was in it. That the rod's very messed up. I pulled the jig off for a little bit and there's a sizable crack in the rod along with it being bent. So I still gotta go and buy a new rod for it plus whatever else is wrong with it. I got the, what year is that, 64 Li in here now, single wheels on it instead of the duals. And a new left-hand deck. I'll try to show you. It's a new to me left-hand deck I got with two walk-behinds that both had left-hand mower decks on them. There, this is just one of the mower decks I got freed up and threw on here and wound up painting. And here is a new to me 66 LC8, because this was the transition year between the custom and super L8s to the super convertible and custom convertible C8s. So it's still L controls. It's got the C 7.6 motor on it. But transmission and everything else other than the motor is still L controls, L design, but with a C motor. I got it with that dual blade left-hand mower deck and a real mower that I'm going next weekend to a show in Dresden, Ohio to hopefully buy the rollers I need for that and hopefully sell that 12 horse and this LI up there. And I've got some more parts and pieces. I got a M185 deck that's in great shape and we'll take up there, and a bunch of other miscellaneous attachments, rotary plows. I've got another homeowner deck with casters I'm taking up there. I think I've got a spare late model sickle bar and we'll take up there. I haven't decided if I'm going to take it yet or not. I've got, I doubt y'all can see it, but there's a bunch of blades back there that I'm going to take. That range anywhere from 50-inch deck to 40 commercial and 40 kidney motors. There's a few sets of 50s in there. There's a bunch of 30 left-hand and right-hand blades that's going to go. I've got, I know y'all can't see them, but there's 5 jugs with pistons back there for L models that I'm going to take and sell. There's the 8 horse that I just got done rebuilding as a spare for Dad's 5260 that I need to get a video on after rebuilding the deck and repainting it. I've got, where did I say that? Oh, I don't have it here, but there's another 30-inch deck that I've done some work to, and it is a very oddball deck. It is a 30-inch deck that I took a left-handed gearbox, made a 106 shaft work, so I now have a long shaft 106 that have essentially on a clamshell quick hitch deck. There, I'll have to get some video of that running. Right now I'm in the process of finding a person or company to build a 1/2 inch thick brush blade for that mower deck. And I'm either going to use that brush blade on that deck, or I will use it on this deck. Because I'm not flipping this one over so y'all can see it because it's too much of a hassle. But this is a reinforced deck somebody went through on the sides. You can kind of see where they've done that there. There's a big plate underneath right there and along the supports on the bottom. Even the skids are thicker than what they normally are compared to that deck over there, which is completely standard. There's nothing added on it. So that'll be another thing I show, along with probably show a video of how I paint these. I don't know if I will or not because it's kind of boring. I'll hopefully get a video of either fixing the starter on this one, or more than likely I'll just show a video of tearing apart that starter because it's very, very, very bad. It's bad enough I'm just going to take a good starter I have and throw on it to see if the starter clutch works, which I believe it will because I can pull start it with that starter clutch. But that starter there, either a brush is seized in there on the shaft, or the bearings inside it is completely locked up, because the only way I can get it to move is take a big pair of channel locks, throw it on the sprocket, and put way too much force for what it should be to turn. And if you try to throw power to it, all you start doing is making that, I'll get you closer where you can see it, make a little post start glowing. So I know it's got a short somewhere in there. So it'll be a fun one to show it getting torn apart. What it is, depending on if it's a bad bearing or a bad armature. If it's armature's junk, then that will forever be a porch starter. And if that's the case, I'll probably get converted to pull start again. So it'll just be a pull start only machine. That, or since I'm selling this one, I might just rob the good starter and cables and stuff off this one, throw it on that one, because the positive cable that was on it was rotted very badly. That, and I gotta get a new plug wire for that one, because it's got some questionable places on it, and this one has a very questionable boot on it, to the point of, I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, the light can't get in there, but in there's a crack on the top of the boot, but it does not go all the way through. But if I hold the boot the right way while it's running, I can watch it arc from up here down to the head shield and ground it out. So this is one I will end up replacing here soon. I'll replace it before it goes up there for sale, but that's something I won't get a video out of. It's like that one. The battery clamp for the negative is broke. I'm not going to have a video of fixing it. I'll probably have a video on that 12 horse of fixing the horrendous oil seal. Because if you can see it, that's no longer an engine oil bucket. That is a 250 weight gear oil bucket. And in 3 weeks, it has used 5 gallons of 250 weight gear oil. And it still leaks like a sieve. I've tried new bearings, a new old stock drive shaft in it, or axle shaft, I mean. I've tried different hub, or a different hub on it to see if maybe that was pushing the bearing, or popping a seal. I've tried different bearing seal configurations with it. I've tried bearings on the outside, bearings on the inside, seal on the outside, seal on the inside. 2 bearings with a seal in the middle. That didn't even work. I've tried 2 seals on the inside and bearing on the outside. Still no luck. It still leaks like a sieve. And I could probably show y'all. You can see how wet that is and where it's actively leaked in the day it's sat out here. So it's leaked enough the last 3 times I've done it. I've ran out of gaskets for it, so I used that right over TV, and that's not where it's leaking. It's leaking up there where that drum is, and it's causing this brake to slip. And I'm getting tired of, you push the steering brake, all it does is lock up the far side, but it does nothing over here. So it makes my steering brake useless on the hill. But that'll pretty much be the next upcoming projects. Yeah, no. I don't know if I will show a video of that getting torn down. I'll probably show a video of putting rings in that, but I doubt if I show one of that unless somebody really wants to see it. And then in that case, I'll do it. Mostly because I don't even have the parts for it yet. And depending on how much somebody wants for a used connecting rod, it might not be worth it for me to rebuild that one to have as a spare. So it might just get mothballed into just pull a good jug off it, the head, and pull the gear off the crank, and pull the cam out of it. And probably just save the rest for parts. I'll save the starter clutch that's good. And whatever else on the bottom end that's good, I'll save if it would come to it. But that one, I'm definitely unsure of if I do get a video of it or not. That one, I will, because it'll be a quick and easy video. It'll just be me putting the rings back on it, throwing the piston on, and throwing where to put that jug on and that head. And that should be that one back up and running again. And I think on that one, I've got to go and throw a different, I forget the name of it now, but that lever there is broke on it, so I haven't decided I'm going to throw the old school one where you just get in and grab a bolt and twist it, or if I'm going to use, I can't get a video of that one, but essentially there's an arm coming off it. There, if I go with that, I'll show it in that video, because that one's, actually, never mind, this one's got it on there. It's just, it just don't work. Even hitting it with a hammer, it does not work. So I'm still on the debate process of throwing a remote PTO on it, or just throwing a regular PTO outlet on it and calling it good enough. For what I plan on using this for, a regular one would be perfectly accurate, because it's not getting electric start. It's not going to get used all that much. Everything on it's already been rigged up once, so it's not going to matter if I get there and throw a manual selector on it instead of the remote selector that was on it. But that'll be all the upcoming projects, and hopefully I'll have some videos of the Dresden show. And that should be it for today. Hopefully there'll be more to come here soon.